Well, once again, here with Sheriff Ryan Spurling at the Fjord Oyster Bank, getting ready for our monthly luncheons. These conversations before the lunch presented by our community credit union. How you doing?
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Happy New Year. First time this year.
First time we've seen each other this year. Happy New Year indeed. A lot going on. I've been talking with our House representatives and state senator in the 35th, and one of the big issues that's going around really impacts the three counties here in the 35th, Mason, Kitsap, and Thurston, and it's the Senate and House bill. There's two different versions, and this could take control away from the citizens in the counties on electing a sheriff or removing a sheriff. Is that right?
Well, it'll undercut it. It won't necessarily fully take it away. This is just the first chop at the tree, so to speak.
You've been in Olympia talking about this. Explain a little bit about, I guess, both sides of how this is coming down, where you understand the idea came from and how it's gaining any sort of traction by taking away kind of the will of the voters, and what you and your other sheriffs and police chiefs through WASPEC and all those folks are talking about when it comes to this.
You bet. Being a member of the Washington State Sheriff's Association, I've had the opportunity to sit down with the sponsors of the bill, and this bill that we're talking about is Senate Bill 5974, which is called the Sheriff's Accountability Bill. But unfortunately, the title is kind of misleading. Because I don't think there's a sheriff out there that's really against accountability, because we have too much authority, and if we're not accountable, we draw the wrong person to our profession. They call it the Sheriff's Qualification Bill. It's really not about sheriff's qualifications, because right now every sheriff in Washington State is certified through CJTC. This is a solution looking for a problem, is what it is. And when I was talking with those sponsors of the bill, they said this is the holdover from the 2021 police reform bills that came out that was being pushed by Washington Police Accountability Group. I don't remember the exact name of it.
And a lot of those had been rolled back over these last few years, haven't they?
Yes, but this was the last one, and they wanted to push it forward since 2021. And some sheriffs that have spoken up in the last couple years have reignited that. You've got a sheriff in Klickitat County, a sheriff in Pierce County that have said things that upsets a lot of the people, and they're an elected official. They represent their constituencies. Just like any other politician, they get to speak what they feel is right. And if the citizens don't like it, they don't re-elect them, or they don't elect them, or they recall them if it's criminal. So calling it a sheriff's qualification bill is not really genuine, because we actually, the Washington State Sheriff Association, presented a bill back in 2020 for qualifications for the office of sheriff, and it wasn't carried through the legislature.
We are about halfway through the session. I think right around now is the 30-day mark of this short session. What are your thoughts on the likelihood that this will go through and, eventually get in front of the governor's desk either way, or as more and more sheriffs and citizens speak up, the ideas that this is going to go forward may be lessened?
It sounds good on the surface again, and that's why you'll get a lot of people supporting it. I think the majority party is going to push it through. And then a lawsuit will be put in, because basically it undermines the voters' ability to select or remove the sheriff, and gives it to a state-appointed board they're not an oversight board. It's a criminal justice training center, or Criminal Justice Training Commission. They are to oversee the training that is provided to law enforcement. But this bill would give them the authority to pre-screen and not allow somebody to run, or if they meet certain criteria, remove them. Now, under the must removal decertification in the law, I think everybody would agree that if a sheriff commits one of those crimes, they should be removed. But it's under the may that we're concerned about, because there is very subjective language that goes to this board to, again, take away the voter's voice and remove who they voted for. So basically what this bill, in my thoughts, are, it's the only politician that they are taking away their First Amendment rights, because if you speak out, this may category, you can be removed as a sheriff.
We'll put the links to those bill markers in there so people can follow along with that and make
Sorry, I
comments
made more work for you.
That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. What else is going on? By the time people see this, it will almost be Polar Plunge time.
That's right. It's coming up.
Valentine's this year. It's at the Alderbrook once again. I found some videos of the second annual and third annual ones when we were here at the port of Hoodsport, and I was jumping in the dock and it was frozen there.
I didn't get to do that.
No,
I know.
After. You got lucky when we were at Alderbrook. But this is again a great fundraiser. Hood Canal Lions partnering with 5 emergency service departments across the county that are giving back funds to this. And again, we've been involved in this for a long time.
Love this event. Alderbrook does such a great job. The band comes out, people show up, and we've had a couple of really nice days in the last few years.
I think this year it's going to be another good one. I unfortunately am not going to be there.
What?
I'm going out of town, but I have got...
it won't be the same without you.
Well, I got Caleb Houston to be the...
Caleb's going to do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Caleb is going to be the MC and the announcer there for it. Of course, long time with the jail now and also KMAS radio. So I asked him, he goes, yeah, I'd love to do it. So that'll be a fun one.
Great.
I'm sorry I'm going to be missing it. The weather does look like it's going to be pretty nice.
And it's so much fun. If you get a chance, even if you're not jumping in the water, come out
and
enjoy.
Enjoy. The other thing I wanted to have you talk about were some of the most recent 2025 awards that you have given out to some of your deputies across the line.
You bet.
I saw them on Facebook, and they're on the Sheriff's Office social media pages. But what are some of the big ones here?
We had actually 4 life-saving awards. And, you know, our guys are out there, first one on the scene of collisions, even before firefighters, stopping bleeding. We had somebody shot through the chest with a sucking chest wound is what it's called, and had to do an occlusive bandage. We've had people that have actually had to reach into a leg and pinch the femur to stop femoral bleeding so somebody wouldn't die.
Wow.
We had an individual, and it was a little controversial for some, but we don't see it as controversial at all. Somebody who had multiple felony warrants for sex crimes, and he was on the superstructure of the high steel bridge about to jump, and my guy spent a half an hour talking him off.
Wow.
The thing of it is we're not judges. We're going to treat everybody with dignity and value all human life. And they were able to talk him up and get him some assistance right away because he was in mental crisis.
Sure.
Those type of things, we gave life-saving awards to Deputy Laird, Deputy McEwen, Deputy Treat, Deputy Gaynor.
Okay.
And then we had our Employee of the Year awards. Our corrections deputy is a newer deputy, Ernie Obermark, just did a fantastic job. Our patrol deputy was Deputy White, who also had received multiple life-saving awards. He used to be a paramedic, so he puts those skills to practice as soon as he arrives. And then we had our public servant of the ward, Angel Evans. And it's just, we have such great people that represent us so well. We're so proud of them.
Well, it's good to see you back here in Hoodsport, the Oyster Bank, the first Fridays of the month, or when we're doing these lunches. Good opportunity for folks to come down from the lake or just around to get a good meal and hear from our Mason County Sheriff Ryan Spurling. These conversations brought to you by our community credit union, and I already got a lot of people waiting to hear from you, so we'll get right to it. All right? Good
Thanks,
to see you, buddy.
Yep.